Hey, this is Angela Carter, and in this video I'm going to share with you the #1 tool for finding the right career for you that you will absolutely love and that you'll enjoy. If you're watching this video, you are someone who you're looking to find the right career. You want to be able to wake up and be excited and feel energized and look forward to going to work every single morning. You want to be able to be happy, and you want to be able to find a career, find the right career that will allow you to use your passions, use your talents, and use your gifts, but also get paid for it. Well, I'm going to share with you in this video the #1 tool for finding the right career without having to take another single strengths, career, or personality test ever again, without having to go back to school and invest thousands of dollars once you find that right career, even if it's not what you're doing right now. Well, if you are watching this video, you probably are either stuck in a job that you hate, right? You get up and you dread going to work every single morning, or you feel like you are working just for a paycheck. And you know that where you're at right now in your career, in your job, is not really utilizing what you're passionate about, what you're interested in, or even your strengths and what you enjoy doing. But you just don't know how to find that right career for you that will allow you to do what you love and get paid for it. And what you've probably done is you probably did the same things that I did when I was in that same exact situation. You took personality tests, you took career assessments, and after taking those tests, you figured out and you learned a little bit more about yourself. You said, yeah, that sounds like me. But then you're like, well, how do I apply this? How does this help me find the right career? How can I take this information that I learned from this assessment, from this test, and now apply it to find the right career? You kind of was left hanging, right? Well, here's why you were left hanging. The personality test, the strengths, all the assessments that you've taken in the past are not the best tools to help you figure out or help you discover and get more clarity on what's the right career for you. So if you want to figure out, or if you've been kind of wondering and trying to seek out answers on finding the right career for you, the #1 tool is not an assessment. It's not another external personality test or career test. The #1 tool is a journal. It's self-reflection. It's you looking over your past experiences, past work situations, even maybe assignments from your school days, from high school, from college, things that you've done, work experience, or even volunteer that you enjoyed. So the #1 tool is self-reflection. It's you journaling about things, activities, experiences, assignments that you've done that you've loved. So here's what you want to do. I call this the top 5, or my favorite 5 exercise. And this is what you want to do. You want to get out a sheet of paper and you want to write down and identify 5 of your favorite assignments. These are projects that you've done, maybe for work or for school or for volunteer. These are the top 5 assignments or projects that you've ever worked on. These are the projects that you enjoyed, that you loved, that you look forward to doing, and that you absolutely loved doing. And what you want to do is you want to really get specific and detailed about what those projects entailed. So what did you do? Who did you work with? What was the result or the value that you created? And here's what you're going to notice. You're going to notice among those 5 top, or your fave 5 exercise, you're going to notice a common theme. And that common theme may be there was each of those 5 experiences, you solved a similar problem, or you worked with a similar type of person, or you created a similar result or solution, or the activities that you did for each of those 5 projects were very similar. You're going to notice a theme, and when you notice that theme, I want you to write that down, because here is the key. Your perfect career, or your right career, you're going to be able to do 80% of the time that you'll spend in your right career will be in doing those activities or working on those projects that you've just identified in your fave 5 exercise. See, you are the best judge. You are the best discoverer or investigator of what works best for you and what you enjoy. No external tool, no external assessment can help you identify some of the past experiences that you've enjoyed, that you've actually loved. I always say that the best tool is your own mind, is your own past experiences. You know what felt right for you. You know what experiences and assignments you enjoyed, and only you can determine that. And you are the best judge of that. And the best tool is your own pen and piece of paper and journaling about your past experiences. So let me give you an example of how I've used this tool, this Fave 5 exercise, to discover my ideal or my right career. I graduated from the University of Texas School of Law in Austin, Texas, and I became a licensed attorney, and I absolutely hated my job. I hated going to work every single day. I remember getting depressed on Sundays because I knew Monday morning I would have to go back and go to work again and be in this career, be in this job that I absolutely hated. I didn't feel like I was using the talents and the gifts that I wanted to. I didn't love what I do. I didn't love what I did every single day. And I remember just feeling kind of like empty. I felt like all I was doing was basically going there to collect a check, going back home to go to sleep and start my day all over again. It felt very routine, and I absolutely hated it. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up trying to figure out, okay, what's my ideal career? So I would take all of these tests: personality tests, strengths tests, career tests, Myers-Briggs, Fascinate tests, Strengths Finder 2.0. I did all these. I was an assessment junkie, and I don't know if you can relate to that. And after taking all of those tests, I came up with some really cool, clever labels for who I am and my personality type, but I was left feeling like, okay, now how do I apply this? Right? How do I apply this in a business or even in a career, in a job? And it wasn't until I discovered that the answers already lied within me, that all I had to do was just sit here and do my Fave 5 exercise, that it revealed that there were certain assignments that I did in my college days that I absolutely love. Some of my favorite assignments were, I remember in undergrad when I attended the University of Michigan, my first year in my English class, I had a persuasive writing class. I think it was either persuasive writing or argumentative writing. And our assignment was to write a conspiracy theory, come up with a conspiracy theory. And I came up with this conspiracy theory of how Don King helped kill Malcolm X because of his relationship with Muhammad Ali. And I structured this thing out so well that my professor ended up meeting with each student about their paper, and my professor read my paper, and she said, you know what, I actually believe that this happened. And I was sitting there thinking, wait, you actually believe what I wrote? Right? I was like, wow, there's power in words, right? And I remember at that moment, that's when I decided, you know what, let me go back to my dorm and let me look up this career of law, because I actually like that. I liked being able to construct and write an argument or write something compelling enough that got people to actually believe it, or my professor to believe it. So I just thought to myself, well, maybe law, right? Because lawyers have to persuade and convince people. That was one project. Another project that I did was I wrote an honors thesis for my psychology degree in undergrad, and I was preparing to go to law school, so I wanted to do an honors research project on jury decision making. Long story short, I ended up coming up with a project on the effects of certain types of evidence and how it's presented to jurors, and the effects that evidence or that information presented in a certain way has on their decision making. So whether or not they decided guilty or innocent. Well, I started noticing when I did the Fave 5 exercise that a lot of my favorite projects involved me presenting some sort of case or making some sort of compelling argument and pulling in certain pieces of information to prove what I was saying. And I realized that, you know what? I really love making compelling presentations, right? I love presenting something in a certain way, in a logical, ordered, structured format to convince someone of something or get them to take a certain action. And it only made sense that after leaving my career in law and going after marketing and business, because I began to really start loving marketing and business, and because I was trying to build and grow my own law practice, that it made sense that the reason why I love marketing is because marketing is all about that, right? Marketing is about educating your ideal prospects, people who are most likely to buy what you have to offer, and presenting what you have to offer, your service or product, to them in a way that increases in them a hunger and desire for it, right? And doing it in a structured, compelling way, and providing evidence, right, that your product or service works by putting in testimonials and different pieces of information. Long story short, this Fave 5 exercise helped me find my right career, which was in marketing and business. And now I help other people market and market their businesses and market their products and services. So I wrap this video up by saying this: the number one tool to finding the right career for you is already within you, right? It's in this tool that I call the Fave 5 exercise. Identify the top 5 projects or work assignments that you've already done, that you enjoy, that you loved, and find the common theme. And whatever that theme is, whatever those activities were that were common and present in each of those 5 assignments, you want to make sure that your career, the career that you choose, the right career, would involve you doing those activities 80% of the time. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to comment, leave a comment below, and let me know what were some of your Fave 5 assignments, and what was the common theme that emerged for you. Did you get clarity? Did this help you finally once and for all figure out what your right career is? If so, leave me a comment, let me know, and let's share and let's brainstorm. And if you don't know, like you said, okay, Angela, I figured out what the common theme is, but I don't know what's the right career or what's the right business that will allow for me to be able to do this 80% of my time, leave me a comment, let me know, and let's engage, let's brainstorm together, and let's help you find your right career. And if this was helpful to you, and you know that there are people that your friends, your family, your colleagues, that would really benefit from getting this information, and you think that this would really help, please feel free to share this video, like, share, and comment, and pass it on to someone else. Let's create a movement. Let's finally help people get in the right career. Because I don't know about you, I'm sick and tired of going to different restaurants and going to different, workplaces, and you see someone who's clearly not doing what they want to be doing, and they're grumpy and they're providing horrible customer service because they're not designed to be in that role. Let's imagine what would it be like, right, if we lived in a world where people were actually in the right positions, if they were actually doing the career that they were gifted to do and they loved it. It would be a different world, wouldn't it? It would be a different environment. People would enjoy what they do. The workplace environment would be totally different. It would be an amazing, amazing world, and I believe that we can do it, but it starts with you and I figuring out what our ideal and our right career is, and spreading the information on to others so that they can find out for themselves as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, leave me a comment. Let's start a movement. Let's help people find the right career.